Hi YouTube, just a quick video on the National Equality Speech Contest. As some may know, there was a contest that was put on by the people who are planning the National Equality March in Washington, D.C. next month. And they basically asked YouTubers or anybody who was interested in speaking at the march to submit a video under 3 minutes of a speech that represents their views on equality. A lot of our fellow YouTubers wanted me and Brian to enter a speech into the competition, but as much as I like to talk, Brian's very shy, and the thought of getting up in front of hundreds of thousands of people and giving a speech about equality pretty much made him shake in his boots, and he said he would kill me if I entered us into a competition like that. So in order, if you ever want to see Brian speak, you're going to have to watch our footage of our award next month, and you'll get a chance to see Brian speak. I want to give a little bit of insight on each of the videos that made it into their top 5, and hopefully you guys will leave some comments. Let me know what you think about the 5 finalists. I'm going to show little bitty clips inside this video, but if you want to see the full speeches from these 5 great individuals, go over here to the side and check out one of the links, and you can watch all 5 videos. I'm going to link the web page for the competition, and I'm going to link the 5 finalists, and please go there and vote. Okay? So the first video is by a young man by the name of Sam Sussman. Sam Sussman. That's Brian behind the camera. And he's a straight individual who wrote a speech for the march, and he's one of the finalists. Great content, great speech. My only problem with him is a little stiff. He sounds like a conservative Republican giving a speech to his flock. Seems like a great young man. My only problems with the video is it's a lot of content about. It's almost like he looked at a bunch of different videos and pulled stuff from different concepts, and it really doesn't feel like it comes from the heart too much. Like I said, I'm judging from my opinions and my ideas of his video. I don't really know him, so it's hard to really say where he's coming from on these issues. I kind of didn't like the fact that he mentions that he's straight in the video, so I don't necessarily know that needs to be mentioned. I mean, why, if you're competing to be on a national platform and give a speech in front of hundreds of thousands of maybe gay people and gay supporters, why you would need to say you're straight, I'm not sure. So that's video number 1.
Hello, my name is Sam Sussman, founder and chief organizer of the Alliance for the Realization of Legal Equality. In February, I developed this coalition of gay and straight young people in order to organize a marriage equality rally, the first in historically conservative Orange County, New York.
Okay, so the second video is from a gentleman by the name of Wayne Blackburn, and it's his story about his relationship with his partner. The two have been together for 23 years, and I admire and respect that. I've been with Brian now going on 14 years, and I understand the challenges and the struggles a couple makes in a society that isn't so accepting. So bravo to you, Wayne. I liked your video. My only problem with the video was it didn't have, it was kind of a monotone speech, and you didn't give a lot of insight on what struggles you guys had gone through. You talked a little bit about stuff, but it didn't feel like that you got too into the speech. It just seemed like you were, it's kind of monotone. So, in that sense, I didn't get a lot of feeling from the video. I respect your relationship. I respect that you guys are living in Florida, which is not necessarily a very gay-friendly place. And it just didn't, your speech didn't move me.
Hello, my name is Wayne Blackburn. My partner David and I live in Jacksonville, Florida, and we've been together for over 23 years. A quarter of a century ago, neither one of us dreamed of a day like today. We never dreamed it might be possible for us to be married in any state.
Okay, the third speech was my favorite, and I actually gave him 5 stars, and he was the one, I got a little bit carried away and voted before I watched all 5 videos, so I recommend that you watch all 5 videos before you pick your favorite and vote for your favorite. So his name is Michael Buchanan, and him and his partner left the United States to find equality. They moved to the Netherlands. Thank you, Brian. Brian's behind the camera, as you guys can tell. I have a very short memory. And they moved to the Netherlands in order to find equality. This guy comes across very well in his speech. Me and Brian struggled for years of moving to Canada. We felt like we were not being accepted here in our state of California. We felt like the people of California were that we did not have the same protections and rights that we should as a long-term couple. After Prop 8 passed here, the first thing we wanted to do is throw everything in the U-Haul and move to Canada. So I completely understand what he's coming from. The speech related to me. I really enjoyed the speech. He's a great speaker. He's somebody who I would love to see up on that platform. and you were going to be my number one choice, but there's somebody ahead of us who beat you.
Hi, my name is Michael Buchanan. On October 11th, my partner and I will be marching on Washington, D.C. We are doing so because we want the United States government to start living up to the promises that were so thoughtfully conceived by our republic's founders, promises of life and liberty. We simply want to pursue our own brand of happiness. We simply want access to the same opportunities and rights that the majority of Americans enjoy.
Okay, so the fourth nominee is a gentleman by the name of Jerry Pritkin. And this gentleman we can learn a lot from. This is an older gentleman in his 70s who's gone through pretty much all the gay struggles of the past. You get to see some pictures of him growing up. He was a very attractive young man. He's been all over the place. He's been to San Francisco. I think now he lives in Illinois. So he has seen probably the gay movement evolve over the last 50 years. That being said, I don't necessarily think this march should be looking at the past. We should look at the past and we should learn from the past. But I think a lot of our struggles as gay men in the past has been apologizing, asking for acceptance, just wanting to be able to be, free and not thrown in jail, not beaten up by cops. I mean, that is our struggle. We struggle to be accepted as individuals. The basic rights, the most basic rights that you would give an animal is what we were asking for.
My name is Jerry Pritkin. I'm 72 and I live in the 5th Congressional District in Illinois. October 11, 2009, Washington, D.C. is the right time and the right place to be for the National Equality March across America. For me, my march actually started over 55 years ago. At that time, it was in the early 50s, being queer, and that's what we were called, was considered taboo in every town, city, and state in America.
And Jerry's speech is moving, and I respect it. But I think my number one video in the speech competition is why I can't relate to Jerry's. This next video is what our movement should be about.
The first question my sister asked me when I told her I was gay was if I'd help her plan her wedding. And somewhere in between the talk of food and flowers, I began to tell her about the fairy tale that would be my wedding day. To this, my sister responded, "Well, you can call it whatever you want, but two men just can't get married." That's mine. And that day, I learned the difference between acceptance and equality.
Okay, so my number one speech, my favorite, is by a young man by the name of Mario Wynn. His speech is incredible. His speech does what Jerry's kind of misses. He's not talking about the past. He is talking about the future. He understands that we shouldn't be asking for acceptance. We should be demanding for acceptance. He talks about how he came out to his sister and how someday he was, hoping to plan his own wedding. And his sister told him that men can't get married. Men don't get married. And his response was, "You'll see. I am just as much rights to get married as she does," which is his sister. He was helping plan his sister's wedding. And I thought that was incredible. Young gay people are no longer looking at the past to find acceptance. They're looking towards the future. They're looking towards today, and they understand that we should not be asking for acceptance. We should be demanding our rights, which we deserve under our own Constitution, under our own Bill of Rights, that each individual in this country has a right to. And I think Mario gets it. The future of our movement is about our rights, demanding our rights, not asking for them, not being ashamed of who we are as individuals, not hiding in closets, not pretending at work that we're straight when we're not. I think that gay men for so long have had little self-worth, have not understood our value. We as gay men need to break those stereotypes. We need to start looking towards the future and understanding we are unique individuals, that we cannot be labeled by stereotypes, that we cannot be held down by a straight society that tells us that we are wrong. And when I watched Mario's speech, I was like, wow, this young man gets it. He gets what the future is about. He gets what our future struggle is about. It's about moving forward, moving past all those stereotypes, moving past all of those you can't. Because you know what? You can. It reminded me of when Prop 8 was upheld in the California Supreme Court. Me and Brian were in the crowd that day. And the crowd, after the verdict came out, yelled, "Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you." It was a chant, a loud chant. Brian started to cry. My heart was thumping. And you know what? It made me think, we need to stop asking and start demanding our rights. Because for anybody who would vote against us, for anybody who would treat us differently, whether it would be Obama or Bill Clinton, someday you're going to be looked back in history as somebody who did not stand up for equality. And people will be saying in your bios, shame on you. So Mario, I'll be giving you my vote. I'm asking all my fellow YouTubers to watch all 5 videos first, but then vote for Mario. Because, as you know, we're all going to the march next month, and I'm really hoping to see Mario there. I really want to hear him speak. He's the future of our movement. Young gay people are the future of our movement. Their friends, the people who get it, are the future of our movement. So, thank you, Mario, for the video. I hope all my YouTubers check out the links and enjoy the videos.